In this topic, we are going to be discussing about the logarithmic decrement, or sometimes it is called a damping reduction factor. As you know that in the last topic we have seen the underdamping system. In the underdamping system, what will happen here? So in this underdamping system, x-axis is going to be the time, and y-axis is going to be the displacement or amplitudes of the vibrations. So in this case, then what happened? Initial displacement is going to be taking the x distance, x1. Then after it's allowed to, it's a free vibrations, then automatically the energy levels are going to be decreases, the amplitudes or the displacement of the vibrations are going to be slowly decreases. So that we have shown that is in the exponential way, exponential manner it is going to be decrement is there. So then how it is going to be decreasing, that's we need to be discussed in this topic. So in this case there, what is the definition for this logarithmic decrement? So that's indicated letter I am going to be shown with the del. So in this, the definition is, it is the ratio of any two successive amplitude on the same side of the mean position. Right? There is going to be two successive amplitudes. Here, can you see? I am going to be considering this is the mean position of the vibrating system, the above as well as the below of that one. So then what happened here? So then the two successive amplitudes means here x1, x2, or x2, x3, or x3, or x4. So any of two successive amplitudes on the same side of the mean position. There must be the same side of the mean position. Either you take this one, this is the y1, y2, or y3, or y4. Or you can take the above of this one, x1, x2, x3, or x4. So then it is going to be the ratio of these two we are going to be considering. So x1 and x2 are the successive values of the amplitude on the same side of the mean position. So in this case, x1 and x2 are the two successive amplitudes and the same sides of the mean position. That's we are going to be considering. From this one, we are going to be writing the equation from that one. What is that one? x1 by x2, we are going to say x1 and x2 are the two successive amplitudes of the vibrations on the same side of the mean position. And the ratio, then what you are saying? This is the ratio. So we are taking the ratio of the x1 and x2. As we know, x1 and x2 are the displacement of the vibrating system. That we are going to be writing e to the power of minus at divided by e to the power of minus at plus tp we are going to be writing here. So is it clear? So that is the x1 and x2. That means x1 by x2 is equal to, as we have seen, that's going to be x is equal to a into e to the power of lambda t. Right? From this equation, we have derived in the overdamping system. So when it is applying to the overdamping system, then or critical damping or underdamping, then we got this equation. From here, we are going to be doing further equation of that one. So in this case, x1 and x2, then I am taking the x1 by x2, that's equal to e to the power of minus at divided by e to the power of minus at, that's into e to the power of minus a tp I am going to be saying. So in this case what will happen? This is going to be the equation like e to the power of x plus y, that is equal to e to the power of x, e to the power of y. So I am using this equation to simplify this part. So then what happened? E to the power of at and e to the power of minus at, these two will going to be cancelled. Then finally this equation we are going to writing x1 by x2 is equal to, this we are taking into the numerator, that's going to be e to the power of a tp. Right? So then what happened? In the next step, I am taking this LE, that means the that's E into going to be the left side of this equation, that I am going to be getting ln x1 by x2, that's going to be ATP. Right? It's the logarithmic we are getting. The ln x1 by x2 is equal to a into e to the power of into tp. So as we know that, what is the A? And what is the TP? The TP is going to be called the time period. That is the distance between your amplitude of the x1 and amplitude of the x2. So then the distance it is going to be, we are defining in terms of the time, that is going to be the time period or the damping period we are going to be saying. So further equations we are going to be defining from here. So here that's a. What is the a value? The a value already we have taken one of the constant, that's going to be c by 2m we are going to be writing. That's we have seen in the critical damping or the under damping system we have defined. Then what is the TP? It is going to be the time period. So that's the time period. We are going to say this is going to be a damped vibrations. That's going to be TD, that is equal to 2 pi by circular damped frequency. I am going to be writing 2 pi by omega t. So we know that A is equal to C by mn. So what is the omega d? So as we know that circular damped frequency, that's going to be omega n square minus a square. Right? This is what we have seen in the last equations. So then I am going to be substituting all these equations in this part. So that's going to be ln x1 by, so x1 by x2, that is equal to logarithmic decrement del, that is equal to, so then in this case a is equal to what's the value? C by 2m, right? So then TP or the TD, that is equal to into 2 pi the square root of omega d. So that is going to omega d is equal to square root of omega n square minus a square. If I am going to be substituting omega n or a square in this one, then what is the further equations we are going to be getting them? So from this one, that's del is equal to, what is the formula? C by 2m, that's into 2 pi divided by the square root of, I am going to be taking omega n to the outside. If I am going to be taking the omega n outside, what is the formula I am going to be getting? This is going to be, see, this is going to be omega n the square root of 1 minus a by omega n whole square we are going to be taking here. Right? So then if you are going to be taking the simplification, this one 2m omega n is there. Alright? So then what is the formula? As we know that the critical damping coefficient Cc is equal to, what is the formula? 2m omega n. This we have derived at the time of the critical damping coefficient. So if I am going to be substituting here, I am going to be getting here 2m into omega 1, that is going to be del is equal to C by Cc, that's into 2 pi the square root of 1 minus, what is the formula we are getting here? A by n is equal to, A is equal to 2 by C by 2m and omega n is equal to K by m. And after the simplification, we are getting this value. So that's going to be C by 2m omega n whole square, we got it. Right? This is the equation we have seen. So once I am going to be taking the Cc into the inside of this square root, then what is the equation here? So that equation, the del is equal to 2 pi c divided by, from this one 2 pi c, that's going to be the square root of, so here we are going to be saying, when we are taking the Cc inside the root, that's going to be Cc square minus here, what is the value we are getting? C by Cc we are going to be getting. So then Cc square, that means this Cc square and this Cc square is going to be cancelled. Then finally we are getting only the C square value. So then this is going to be your one equation of your logarithmic decrement. This, the same thing we can define in terms of epsilon. Epsilon, what is the epsilon here? That is called the damping ratio. The damping ratio, that is equal to C by Cc we are going to be saying. So then what happened? I am going to be taking root out of from this part. So then what happened here? Del is equal to 2 pi C by Cc the square root of 1 minus C by Cc. So then I am going to be writing, this is the epsilon square. As we know, C by Cc is there. So then further simplification, the 2 pi epsilon by the square root of 1 minus epsilon square. So this equation also we can use it in our finding the logarithmic decrement or the damping reduction factor. So here that's we got it, the logarithmic decrement is equal to, in terms of epsilon is going to be 2 pi epsilon by square root of 1 minus zeta square. If the value of the epsilon is going to be very small, so that means epsilon is approaching the 0 value. So then what is this equation we are going to be getting? That means the logarithmic decrement is going to be approximately 2 pi epsilon we are getting. can you see here, the square of this epsilon is going to be very small values, but it is not 0, but it's going to be a very small value. That's why the square values are going to be very small compared to. So then finally, that's the logarithmic decrement is equal to 2 pi epsilon. If I'm going to be draw the diagram of this one, so this I'm going to be writing here, epsilon here is going to be the damping ratio, and here it is going to be the logarithmic decrement. So then what will happen when the system is going to start to vibrate? So when we are going to be considering this equation, so then the curve or the behavior of that system is going to be like this. So then I am going to say this is going to be 2 pi epsilon square root of 1 minus zeta square we are going to be getting. But when it's this epsilon, that is going to be very small value, so then what will happen? This del value is going to be changed like this. Like this. So this is going to be 2 pi zeta we are going to be getting. So this is the behavior, the changes of the curve we can understand from this. So then what will happen here? So in the further we are going to be defining when the system is going to be, this is only the 2 consecutive cycles, but you have a number of cycles are going to be vibrating. So for this one we are going to be deriving the equation. So when the system has the number of cycles of vibration, that is I have written here, if the system executes n cycles, right? So then the logarithmic decrement. So in this case what will happen, that's we are going to be saying, so this is going to be the number of cycles it is following. So that is going to be x1 by x2, x2 by x3, x3 by x4, like that the number of cycles are executed. Then what is the equations we are going to be getting? That is going to be logarithmic decrement is equal to 1 by n, the log e x1 by x n1 plus 1, or sometimes you can write ln also there, right? Thank you.